We have Cardano failing to maintain support down below, interacting with bearish suggestions here. This is why we wait for parameters to be met. We always wait for the confirmations to be confirmed before comfortable accumulation can begin. Here we have price action back below a key level here, interacting with $1.31 as resistance overhead under the influence of all three of our bearish robo advisors in play. We were looking at potential bullish recovery here with support at $1.31, that buy for in play. We just needed a second robo advisor to show up here to begin bullish accumulation at support. However, we failed to see that second robo advisor come into play. Price action has fallen below a key level, looking for stronger support as we await the return of buy suggestions. So at the moment, we need to get back above $1.31, reconfirm that as support. At the moment, we're looking at continued bullish support found off of $1.18. This seems to be the key level that we are looking to kind of hold here in the immediate short term. However, down below is $1.05, the next area I anticipate price action looking for support if we were to continue our way downward here. Under the influence of bearish suggestions ever since the middle of September here, technically since the $2.39 level, price action has experienced 50% in downside over the following 76 days, currently still 49% down at current levels as we await bullish parameters to be met to allow for comfortable accumulation here. This combination of robo advisors suggested an area of accumulation above support at the $1.37 level throughout the beginning of August. After accumulation, prices saw up to 126% in upside, well over doubled your money on Cardano with EngineeringRobo, and if you weren't able to take profit at that swing high, you were still able to capitalize on 78% ROI if you chose to close your position at or above the $2.43 level there when those bearish robo advisors came into play, and you were saved from 50% in downside here since those bearish suggestions. So we just are awaiting further confirmations to be met. Support and buy pressure does seem to be in play. Technically, we just need to confirm support at the most significant key level near us here, $1.31. This has to be confirmed as support to become more bullish on a continued upside here. Here we have an article titled "Binance Buys the Dip, Adding 43,000 Bitcoin to Wallet." Yes, that is 43,000 Bitcoin, not $43,000 in Bitcoin accumulated by Binance just recently here. The article continues with, "Bitcoin billionaires continue to accumulate during the dip. One address belonging to Binance added 43,000 Bitcoin on January 4th at an average price of $46,553.68, bringing the wallet's total value to $5.5 billion. Elsewhere, the third largest Bitcoin address continued its spending spree, adding another 551 Bitcoin since purchasing over 450 Bitcoin just a couple days prior. The wallet continues to aggressively accumulate in the $40,000 range, now owning a total of 121,396 Bitcoin, or roughly $5 billion. The rest of the article talks about how this Binance wallet has been accumulating since 2019, and the intended purpose for the Bitcoin in this wallet is to be used for a Bitcoin pegged token. At the time of writing, this Binance Reserve wallet is currently valued at $4.9 billion. So this Binance wallet has, diminished by over $500 million in the last kind of few days here. I don't think they're worried. In my opinion, we have some, very bullish accumulation happening during this, very aggressive, red time in the crypto sphere here. A dip, a pullback. Is this the beginning of the bear market, or has the bull market just begun? In my opinion, we've only been seeing, very bullish, increased adoption and exposure for Bitcoin and crypto. And if, there wouldn't be such huge players in crypto here accumulating by the hundreds to thousands if there wasn't still a bit of a bullish incentive. But let me know your thoughts on crypto down below. We're looking at today in crypto. Among the crypto spheres here, we have projects in the green beginning to recover. Decentraland, Harmony, Quant, Cosmos experiencing some nice bullish upside here today as coins get bought up and dips begin to accumulate. Yearn Finance in the green as well. A lot of these projects in the red, however, experiencing pretty much sub 10% in downside. We have Spell 10.9% in downside. Everything else experiencing less than 10% in downside. In my opinion, very bullish. Accumulation in crypto here. What goes up must come down. Dips are very much necessary in any uptrend. Zooming out to the week in crypto, the last 7 days. We can see projects in the green still continuing to maintain their upward trajectory here. Chainlink in the green, we talked about that yesterday, seemingly unfazed by Bitcoin's price action. ICP, Harmony in the green, as we mentioned. Cosmos, Raven, Phantom doing very nicely. A lot of these projects in the red, however, are experiencing some rather substantial sort of dips here. Far more projects in the 20% in downside type level. However, in my opinion, this is crypto, so we're going to need a few more of these 20s to come into play here before we can get worried on any sort of continued downside. In my opinion, this is all a part of the process. Let me know your thoughts on crypto down below. Speaking of Cosmos, coin symbol ATOM, price action interacting ever so delicately with the initial area of resistance suggested in the last Cosmos analysis video. Where we left off, prices were interacting with the $35 level under the influence of very bullish buy suggestions, looking for support down below. We have a key level here, $32.42 as an area of support that we could interact with here in any sort of short-term downside or pullback that we experience, as we are a little too close to potential resistance overhead. Still, $44.27 is going to be an area of resistance we need to break and perhaps confirm as support to be more comfortably bullish on free-flowing upside here. As we are under the influence of buy suggestions, we can anticipate continued gains. We are just interacting with resistance overhead. So we just need to break this level, confirm it as support. Technically too close to resistance at the moment to be accumulating at current levels. You may be subject to the highest chance of short-term downside as we look for support. And Bitcoin continues to throw its tantrum and have a little bit of an episode here. Price action could consolidate in a more volatile manner. Price action seemingly very unfazed by Bitcoin's downside though, so there does seem to be a bullish incentive for this coin still. This combination of Robo advisors suggested a bullish area of accumulation from the $12.81 level. After accumulation, prices experienced 245% in upside over the following 46 days, and if you weren't able to sell at that swing high, you were able to capitalize on 150% ROI if you chose to take profit at EngineeringRobo's bearish suggestions at the $32 level. And if you closed your position from those sell suggestions, price action experienced 37% in downside over the following month towards support here as we bounce, make our way upward, plowing to and through resistance under the influence of buy suggestions ever since the 25th of December here. Price action just may be looking for perhaps continued interactions with support before we can plow through overhead resistance, giving us a hard time. Now Decentraland seeming rather unfazed by this recent price action for Bitcoin. We can see the dips being bought up very quickly as prices reach toward this potential area of support waiting for us. $2.50 seems to be like a psychological level that we may be able to hold in any sort of continued downside here that we do anticipate based on bearish Robo advisors present since the beginning of December here. We are awaiting the return of bullish Robo advisors and confirmations of support here to begin comfortable accumulation. In my opinion, there just does seem to be with price action holding against Bitcoin's short-term downside to here, this does seem to show a rather bullish incentive for continued gains for this coin. So we're just looking for a technical break of resistance overhead. $3.64 needs to become support as we await the return of buy suggestions to become more bullish on comfortable accumulation. With resistance overhead and buy suggestions in play, I anticipate continued interaction toward $2.50 as a potential area of support. A slightly more significant area of support waiting for us is actually $1.49. However, the strongest area of support waiting for us is $1.01. That is where I anticipate price action holding if we were to experience any sort of continued downside here. Let me know your thoughts on Decentraland. The dip, the dump, the downside continuing for Bitcoin here, plowing to and through key level of potential support, $43,160 per Bitcoin here. Daily candles opening and closing below it would confirm it as resistance as we make our way toward the strongest area of support still, $34,655 per Bitcoin. Still, in my opinion, an unlikely target, though growing more and more possible as we make our way toward it. My personal opinion, I believe the overall incentive for Bitcoin is still rather rather bullish, and an uptrend is very much intact. We've been noticing lately many new players and many huge institutional players getting into Bitcoin at these levels during this downside. So in my opinion, if the overall incentive for crypto and Bitcoin were to be bearish, I don't think anyone would be buying any coins or Bitcoin. But the fact that we see money flowing out of Bitcoin and into other coins does show an overall bullish incentive for cryptocurrency. And in my opinion, the world of finance is still in desperate need of an update here, and cryptocurrency does seem to be, what could save the day. So, my opinion, short term here, we're looking at continued downside, a very bullish time to be buying Bitcoin, a very bullish time to be accumulating for the long term here. We just read about Binance accumulating Bitcoin at the $46,000 level, losing over $500 million in a few days. I feel like they're not worried. But let me know your thoughts on Bitcoin down below. What are your thoughts on the crypto sphere here, if you're bullish or bearish at current levels? Thank you for tuning in. Thank you for hearing my analysis. Check out EngineeringRobo for free with a link in the description. Subscribe here on YouTube. Check out all the other social media down below, and tune in for the next one.